Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, may I ask that everyone silence their phone, please? Great timing, right? It's almost like it was staged. Huh? Before we move to the real presentation, I'd like to point out that as a good habit in this department, our presentations always start with slide number 0 instead of 1. So today we can hand out a number of diplomas both in software science and web science and in industrial and applied mathematics. We're happy to have a large number of graduates again, right? I don't know the total number, but maybe the next speakers will mention those, maybe not. Let's first tell you a little bit about who we are, because our students all know very well what the university does, but it's good to tell something to the family and friends. Our department initially started in 1957 as just a mathematics department. There wasn't a lot of computer science. It's hard to have a study about science fiction. There were not a lot of computers in those days, namely. But by 1981, the computer science studies actually started. So this is quite early. And I studied at another university that did not have computer science until many years later. We educate engineers of the future. More than 5,000 graduates, and we of course hope that all of you will continue after your bachelor to also become engineers and get a master's degree here. 90% of our students have a job within 1 year after graduating, and it's not because the others were not good enough, but in most cases when students don't get a job right away, it's because they decide to tour the world or something, and there is ample opportunity to find a job almost immediately, but not every graduate does that. Sometimes we are ranked the best university of technology. It doesn't always happen every year, but we have a very good reputation, not only in the Netherlands, but also in Europe. A bit of history. One of the most famous computer scientists that we had was Edgar Dijkstra, who sadly passed away quite some time ago. He was the principal contributor to the development of the ALGOL 60 programming language. Probably none of you have ever seen this language, but from this language evolved Pascal and C, and then later Modula 2, and also Java. So the style of programming which nowadays many computer scientists do in Java, it dates back to the principles developed for ALGOL 60. Edgar Dijkstra was a proponent of the science and art of structured programming, and especially of proving the correctness of programs. So when nowadays you see that computer programs crash, and your phone suddenly reboots, or even a TV reboots, right? It's because these programs, the software that's running in them, was not proven to be correct. And if you don't prove that it's correct, there's a serious likelihood that it's not. And that's what we experience every day. He received the Turing Award in 1972. The Turing Award is the closest that comes to a Nobel Prize, but there is no Nobel Prize in computer science, but the Turing Award is sort of the next best thing. What we do is research, valorization, and education, and you probably are mostly familiar with the education, and that's why many people think that university professors have at least 6 weeks off in the summer because there's no teaching. Well, that's not the reality. We work throughout the summer because we also do research and valorization, and I'm quickly going to show you a few of the very, very, very many things that we do. One of the research topics that solves what I call today's problems. There's a problem with sloshing, and we know sloshing as a problem mostly from tanker trucks. Especially when a tanker truck is half empty and then goes to a bend, right, the liquid tends to move to one side, and then starts going back and forth after the bend. And you need to be very careful as a truck driver to not topple over. Studying these waves, I have a video here no, that's not it. How do we start the video again? Oh, I have to click, right? I'm not very good with computers, right? I'm a computer scientist. So you see here a very big wave maker. It produces waves, and you also see that when the wave then crashes into a wall, not only is it interrupted, but you get spatter. One of the things that we're good at the moment with our current research is to predict the waves. We're not so good at predicting the spatter. So when there was a demo of this new biggest wave maker for some ministers, they actually got very wet because of the unpredicted spatter that actually occurred. So there is more research to be done, even in this sort of very typical problem of today. We also research tomorrow's problems. One of the areas that specifically targets the future is cryptography. We use now cryptography everywhere in, for instance, the communication between you and the bank. Fortunately, right, there is cryptography involved so that criminals hopefully cannot read the messages going back and forth, cannot read your codes, and thus cannot steal your money. It appears everywhere. For instance, also, if we look at like WhatsApp, right, all the communication, the messages you send to your friends and family, right, they are encrypted. So the criminals, but also the government, cannot read what you are telling your friends. Of course, the government would like to read that, but there's something very strange that is going on. We need this security for our data, protection against alteration, protect our sensitive content. But of course, law enforcement would like to be able to break all that encryption, right, and would like to be able to see what criminals are communicating. Strangely enough, the government that wants to break the encryption funds a lot of research into developing new cryptography that cannot be broken. And so they're not really looking after their own business. What is up next? It's sort of a fake figure here because we don't have the technology yet, but quantum computers are being designed, and they will be able to break today's cryptography quite easily. That just means that new cryptographic technology needs to be developed and proven to be correct and proven to be unbreakable even when our governments or criminal organizations are trying to break it using the new breed of computers. And we also do valorization, for instance, in the Intelligent Lighting Institute and in many others where light is researched. And if you visit the Markthal, which is the open area at Metaforum, you will see lots of contraptions with lights. Right? This Markthal is actually a living lab in which lighting research is being done, among a lot of other research. We also see miniature racing cars going around there and other experiments. But the lights there are all for research into the value of using proper lighting. In our education, we work with many, many companies that sponsor not only our research, but also the work of graduate students by doing master projects. One of our former students, for instance, Edwin Hermkes, developed a MedApp to solve the problem that, especially with elderly patients, they don't stick to their prescribed medication. Right? They don't take their medicine. They may be missing a dose. They may forget to get a refill from the pharmacy. Maybe doctors forget to send the renewal to the pharmacies. There's a lot of problems with medicine not being taken according to its prescribed rate, right, and dosage. And he had developed an app, right, that helps in solving this problem. We do a lot more research on data science in the medical sector and also in other sectors. So we do not just give degrees, we also provide careers for our future graduates with the help, of course, of a lot of organizations, including the Career Center, that guides our students towards their first jobs. Our department, this is the Markthal that you see. Our department is a great place to be. We didn't stage this with hired actors, right? Some of you may recognize Sako, who is here in the audience, and others, right? Yeah, so it's a very nice area for our students to relax when the weather is as nice as during our two-day spring that we get this year, and of which today is the last day. So congratulations to all our graduates. We hope to see all of you in the graduate school. I happen to be the graduate program director for computer science. And I will now hand over to Leroy Visser, who is the president of our study association, QUIZ. Leroy.
Dear friends, family members, and all other attendees, welcome here at our ceremony. My name is Leroy Visser, and I'm the current chairman of Study Association QUIZ. QUIZ is the study association for mathematics and computer science. And we have three main areas we focus on. We do a lot with education, career, but most of all, we're home to many of our students. Many of the candidates today sitting here feel at home at QUIZ, and I will talk about them in a personal way. I will speak Dutch to some of them for a personal message, but not for our first candidate, because that's Jeroen Ubbink. And Jeroen Ubbink is one of our international students. And he has a heart for QUIZ, and he did a lot of work for our committee, Sci-Fi. This committee has the purpose to make a bonding between Dutch and international students. You are one of the key players in bringing more international students to QUIZ and to provide them with a good home here at our university. Thank you very much. So the next one I will do in Dutch. Sjors van Elsen, jij hebt laten zien dat je bij QUIZ ook je hobby kunt uitvoeren. Je hebt ontzettend veel taarten gemaakt voor ons, die wij altijd lekker eten bij onze algemene ledenvergaderingen. En daarom wil ik jou graag bedanken hiervoor. Vervolgens Marcel Visser. Jou wil ik ook graag bedanken voor alle inzet die je hebt getoond bij Avico. Bij Avico is bij ons de commissie die voor de audiovisuele techniek staat. Dit wordt ook bij de faculteit gedaan. Dus elke keer als wij iets van een microfoon nodig hebben of muziek ergens buiten, dan is hij daar aanwezig geweest. Dan heb ik hier ook Koen Klare staan. Koen Klare is heel erg actief geweest bij Geponich. Ah, kijk, ik zag je al niet zitten. Heel erg actief geweest bij Geponich. En Geponich is een van onze mooie disputen. Geponich is een dispuut wat eigenlijk staat voor het neurderige van onze gewissers. Zij organiseren elk jaar een LAN dat goed bezocht wordt, maar organiseren ook veel spellen en andere technische activiteiten. Buiten het feit dat jij bij Geponich zit, heb je ook hard gemaakt voor onze website. Je zit namelijk bij de webcommissie en dat is ook een zeer belangrijke taak voor ons. Daarvoor bedankt. Martijn Verbakel, jij bent de volgende. Jij hebt natuurlijk ook bij ons meegedraaid. Je bent niet heel actief geworden, maar wel bij ons als eerstejaarscommissie, waarin je toch QUIZ hebt leren kennen en daar ook je plekje hebt gekregen. Dank je wel. En nu zul je zien dat we overgaan op een aantal mensen die heel erg veel voor QUIZ hebben gedaan. En de eerste is Thijs Ledeboer. Thijs, jou ken ik als geen ander, als een van mijn beste maatjes. Jij bent begonnen eigenlijk door Vivian, die heeft jou betrokken bij Gezwem. En Gezwem is een commissie die elk jaar een zeilweekend organiseert. Vervolgens heb jij ook nog de programmeerwedstrijden georganiseerd voor ons. Maar waar we jou eigenlijk het meeste van kennen is natuurlijk de barcommissie. Waar je een jaar hard hebt ingezet als penningmeester voor de barcommissie. Maar nu ook als voorzitter van de barcommissie. Jij zorgt ervoor dat elke week er een hele goede borrel staat. Vanaf 4:30. En je zet je ook in voor de financiën van Gewis. Ook dit jaar zit jij bij ons in de kascontrolecommissie. Dat betekent dat jij controleert hoe de financiën van Gewis gaan en of dat wel allemaal goed is. En daarom bedank ik jou. De volgende op mijn lijstje is Emma van de Vreugde. Emma kennen we natuurlijk allemaal, is heel erg actief binnen Gewis, ook binnen onze faculteit. Maar we kennen haar als commissaris onderwijs van het 34e bestuur van Gewis. Zij heeft zich daar hard gemaakt voor de belangen van de studenten. Ze komt op voor educatie, handelt heel veel klachten af van de studenten en zorgt dat de studenten een goede bachelor hebben. Buiten het feit dat jij natuurlijk bestuur bent geweest, heb jij ook op heel veel andere fronten ben je betrokken bij Gewis. Een van de dingen die jij graag doet, is ook de jaarboekcommissies, waarvan je de meerdere hebt gedaan. Ook ben jij actief geweest natuurlijk bij de intro en heb jij een hele mooie intro opgezet. En dat is iets waar we heel erg trots op zijn. Maar eigenlijk het belangrijkste wat ik hier ook nog wil benadrukken is, je hebt een dispuut opgericht. En niet zomaar een dispuut Athena, wat vooral de vrouwelijke belangen binnen Gewis naar voren brengt. Dankjewel, Emma. De volgende is Wesley Brands. Wesley? Daar ben je. Natuurlijk kennen we jou ook als vicevoorzitter van het 34e bestuur. En jij maakt je heel erg hard voor Gewis. Toen ik een lijstje ging maken van welke commissies jij zat, had ik eigenlijk een extra blaadje nodig. Want jij doet zoveel belangrijke commissies voor Gewis. En dat past ook wel bij een vicevoorzitter. Een vicevoorzitter is bij ons vooral met interne zaken bezig. Zorgen dat de commissies lopen. En daar heb jij je hard voor gemaakt. Natuurlijk heb jij ook een introcommissie gedaan. Ben je actief nu bij onze lustrumcommissie, waar jij nu de kledinglijn verzorgt en allerlei andere dingen organiseert. Zoals een goed feest, in het SpongeBob thema om het zo maar te zeggen. Maar wij kennen jou nu ook. Jij bent een van de mensen die voor ons dit jaar heel erg belangrijk is. Want jij maakt je hard voor SSG. En SSG is Stichting Studiereizen Gewis. Om de 2 jaar organiseren wij een studiereis. En Wesley heeft dat op sleeptouw genomen. Heeft gezorgd dat er heel veel dingen zijn geherstructureerd. En dat gaat nu allemaal goed. En dat is te danken aan Wesley. De volgende is Jet van der Broek. Jet van der Broek, jij maakt je ook enorm hard voor Gewis. Jij bent begonnen bij Gedwaal, wat ons wandelweekend is. En zo ben je eigenlijk Gewis binnengerold. Maar waar kennen we jou vooral van? Dat is natuurlijk van de borrels. Want je bent een actief borrelaar. En je hebt van jouw hobby, om het zo maar te noemen, je beroep gemaakt, zou ik bijna willen zeggen. Want je hebt je jaar lang, net zoals Thijs, ingezet als barcommissie penningmeester. Dit jaar doe je dat met ons, met het 35e bestuur. En je hebt heel veel dingen bij de bak op sleeptouw genomen. Je bent ontzettend goed bezig met oude fracturen wegwerken en zorgen dat de financiële administratie op orde komt. En dat is iets waar je heel erg trots op kunt zijn. En als laatste hebben we Eva Lasje. En Eva Lasje is de commissaris externe betrekkingen van het 35e bestuur van Gewis. Wat ook mijn bestuur is. Dit jaar werken wij heel erg veel samen. Maar hoe ben jij bij Gewis gekomen? Jij bent bij Gewis gekomen door een eerstejaarscommissie, waar we elkaar al hebben leren kennen. En als ik kijk naar waar jij nou in uitblinkt, dan denk ik aan de commissies die jij doet. En dat is ook Gedwaal, het wandelweekend, Gezwem, het zeilweekend. Maar je zit ook bij een dispuut Boom. En al deze commissies en disputen, die doen iets actiefs. Jij bent iemand die heel erg actief is en je gaat dan ook graag naar buiten. En dat is iets waar je heel erg trots op kunt zijn. Ook heb jij afgelopen jaar samen met mij een studiereis georganiseerd. Een studiereis naar India. Jij was voorzitter van deze commissie en wij als gewis hebben weer een stukje op deze wereld mogen aanschouwen. En daarom wil ik jou ook bedanken. Now I've had most of the people here sitting here today, and I will go on in English. All the others sitting here as well, I want to congratulate you and thank you for all your time you have invested in gewis, because most of you I see weekly at our social drinks, and that's really good, because then you interact with people, and also looking at the audience, there are a lot of gewis members sitting here right now, and we are a community, and and that's a thing I love. Then, one more thing I would like to say, what's new. In your diploma, you will find a card to collect your very own gewis mug. It's something you like. Most of the people think it's still a Groupon, but we changed this to a coupon. You can actually get a mug with a coupon right now. It's more an inside joke, but people like it. And once and for all, I would like to congratulate you for receiving your bachelor degree in computer science or mathematics. And I hope you will do many great things in the future and stay in touch with gewis. Thank you very much.
The bachelor degrees in computer science, meaning either software science or web science, will now be handed out by Marloes van Lierop, the program director for the Bachelor of Computer Science.
Good afternoon. I will not hand them out. Roel will hand them out. But that doesn't make any difference. Dear graduates, first of all, my congratulations to all of you who receive a certificate today, and also, dear parents, my congratulations to you as well. You are right to be proud today. Not only today, of course. The web science and software science certificates that are issued today are associated with the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Engineering, and they demonstrate that the graduate meets the learning outcomes of the bachelor program and hence is competent for proceeding into a Master of Science program and is also well prepared for entering the labor market for a career in the ICT domain. Until a few years ago, almost every bachelor graduate proceeded in a master program here at this university. But that has changed gradually, as you will discover today. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, Paul, but not all of these graduates will be a graduate student here in Eindhoven. We owe that change to the measure that allows students to start a master program if and only if the bachelor program has been completed. In Dutch, that is the harde knip maatregel. Since this measure was introduced several years ago, more and more students choose a master program at another university. Similarly, we have many students in our master programs that have a bachelor degree from another university. Indeed, mobility has increased a lot, which was exactly the purpose of the harde knip regeling. But something else has changed as well. It is not a matter of course anymore that the bachelor graduates do proceed in a master program. Several choose to start their career immediately after their bachelor. And we make sure that they are well prepared for that. And one of the elements in our bachelor program that really contributes to the successful careers of our graduates is the software engineering project. It is the final bachelor project, carried out in groups of about 7 to 10 people with a very strict time schedule. In only 9 or 10 weeks, the group has to deliver a prototype of a software product for a real-life customer, including all that documentation. And you hate writing documentation, don't you? The graduates of today worked on very interesting projects for a large variety of customers. And as an illustration, I will elaborate on some of these projects. Not all, because we have a lack of time to do that, but you can have a look at the posters of the other projects that will be presented in the reception room. Since I have to confer about 20 certificates, we have a strict protocol for the graduates and for you, the public. When I call forward the next group, please, you graduates, enter from there, of course, and you take your place over there in alphabetical order, the last test for you. I will say a few words to each of you, only a few, and then you go in the same alphabetical order to Roel, who will hand out the certificate. And at that moment, you, the public, comes in, because then you can applaud, but only then. And you take your seats back, of course, after that. An important and also attractive feature of all our bachelor college programs here at the university is that a substantial part of the program, 25%, is elective space. So the students can decide to take courses in another interesting discipline, or to only take courses on computer science topics, or a combination thereof. Also, one has to choose a use package, 1 out of 10 packages that are offered. USE, U-S-E, stands for User, Entrepreneurship and Society. And in these packages, the relation between technology and society and its impact on society is further explored. As a consequence of this elective space, each graduate has a different profile. And I will focus on the differences in these profiles. Let's get started. I call forward the graduates participating in the Accelerate team. You didn't listen. You failed the first test, only applaud. Never mind. Here you see the complete Accelerate team. 4 of them are present here today. You can, the public, practice your pattern recognition skills. Who is the... Do they match? But you are not from the Accelerate? Oh, damn. Where is the Accelerate team? Yeah. Ah. Here is the Accelerate team. I'm sorry. There's always something failing when I am presenting something. So, and I had a deal with my husband this morning that today this wouldn't happen. So I lost a bottle of wine again. Never mind, here you are. The Accelerate team. The customer for this project was the University Racing Eindhoven, a group of students, mainly from mechanical engineering, who built a high-tech electric Formula-style race car every year. And with that car, they compete with other university teams from all over the world in the Formula Student Competition. You, our students of the Accelerate team, have developed a system in which the behavior of the engine can be defined using scripts. And the actual behavior can also be logged and retrieved. Also, the engine configuration of the car can be modified dynamically. That is, while the car is running. Dennis van der Brand, who was the control software and electronics manager of the URE team, was your contact person, and he was very pleased with the results. Even mechanical engineering students could use the system, could work with it, and they were especially pleased with the way configuration management has been designed, allowing for easy switching to other systems. The four of you happen to be of the same generation and all chose software science. Mark, your use package, Mark, yeah, the first one, that's correct, was technology entrepreneurship, and you chose electives in the domain of web science, security, courses like artificial intelligence and graphics, so all computer science related. You decided to stick to your first choice and you proceed in the track software science of the computer science and engineering master. So Paul, candidate for you. Good. Your use package was patents, design rights and standards. So you and Mark made a great pair. Mark knows how to make money out of a product and you know how to protect it from competitors. Yeah. You chose electives in the field of information security and society, web development, and a package from industrial design, so outside our department. The package is called Design for Games and Play. Currently, you are also enrolled in the CSE Master here. But I don't know what track.
Software science.
Also software science, good. Jeroen, you complicated our administration. Because how is it possible that someone with a Dutch nationality does not speak Dutch, is born in Singapore, has a non-Dutch certificate of secondary education? It was very confusing at that time for us. Your use package was decisions under risk and uncertainty. And like Ruud, you chose the ISIS package, Information Security and Society, but also the security package. So you are well prepared for the special master track on information security technology that you are currently taking here at the TUE. Special thanks for you, for me, for your efforts to help international students in settling down and feeling at home here at our university. René, your use package was decisions under risk and uncertainty as well. You explored web science courses in the first year, but later on security courses appear to be more interesting, and like Jeroen, you proceed in the IST master here in Eindhoven. So you all stay here, no goodbye for you. My sincere congratulations. Okay, I call forward the graduates of the Smart S team. I forgot to mention that the previous 4 certificates were all software science certificates, and as are yours. Yes. Okay, your customer was a project team with many partners, TNO, TUE, the Eindhoven City Council, and various others. The S in Smart S stands for Stripe S. A former industrial Philips site, now a design hotspot in the center of Eindhoven, where apartments and spaces for small-scale business activities are mixed such that quality of life is optimized. The challenge for your team was to develop an easily accessible information system for all the city's information. It should gather, process, analyze, and visualize data in ways that improve quality of life. Data can be gathered from all kinds of sources. For instance, cameras at parking lots that help you find a parking place, or data from log data that on security events like gas leaks or fires, so that alarms or warnings can be generated for specific parts of the city. You managed to build a demonstrator for the system even without having any data that was promised but not delivered by the customer, not your fault. You're not to blame. Harold Weffers, representing the customer, was satisfied with the result, although he would have preferred to use OpenStreetMaps instead of Google Maps. I guess for you, the user requirements phase was probably the most challenging phase, but also the most instructive, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Martijn, your electives are in design for games and play, interactive intelligent systems, web science related courses, so all in the computer science field, except the design for games and play. The use package you took was on technology entrepreneurship, which matches well with your current master program, business information systems. Track information management, correct? Candidate for you. Sjors, you were an active member of the student PR team?
Yeah, for a while.
For a while, yes, I know. Thanks for that. You were also a student mentor. I hope you enjoyed that. Your use package was patents, design rights and standards. You have electives in the information security, information security in society package, interactive intelligent systems, and you proceed in the IST special master track, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations. Roel, your use package was also on technology entrepreneurship. You have taken several web science courses, like which is not a characteristic for software science students, like the one Introduction to Psychology. But you took also the package Design for Games and Play, but in a very peculiar order. Yeah, you managed to take the intermediate and advanced course and afterwards to have the introduction course. Okay, but you managed. And your next step is software science in the computer science and engineering master program. Brent, you are from another generation, I figure, but you had to cooperate with the other three, but you managed well, I guess. Your use package was decisions under risk and uncertainty. Your electives were web science courses, interactive intelligent systems, so artificial intelligence, computer graphics, but also the package Design for Games and Play, in the correct order. Yeah, and like Roel, you proceed in the software science track of CSE. So Paul, 4 candidates for you. No goodbye to you yet. Good luck in your master, and you can go to Roel. Okay, I call forward the graduates of the Callisto team, and here we have a logistic complication, because what about the matching? 4 pictures, 3 people, and 1 picture is not there. Colette. Nice that you managed to be here, although we didn't know you were coming. And Sven den Hartog and Sam Lovett didn't show up, so I can skip these 2 parts. Karin, I start with you. A software science certificate. Your use package was on decisions under risk and uncertainty. You have packages in the field of security and in the web science domain. You have returned to Delft for your master, CSE, which evokes mixed feelings here, since Delft is, well, as you know, both our peer university, but also somewhat our competitor. But what matters is that you become a successful computer science engineer, and I am convinced you will. Congratulations. Koen, you will have the first web science certificate of today. Your use package relates to web science very well, human and technology it was, as do your electives in interactive intelligent systems, design for games and play. You do not proceed in a master? Yes. But not at this university?
At this university.
Okay, then I didn't have that information. Please,
Sign up Tuesday, so...
Okay, that's right. This Tuesday. And what master is it?
Software science.
In the CSE. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I am sure you will be successful as you were in the bachelor. Well, you have a web science certificate. That is a special certificate because web science certificates, not only for you, but in general, web science certificates are more special than software science certificates because they are granted much less. So cherish it. It might become a collector's item. Yeah, frame it and hang it above. Khaled, Nassar, I didn't prepare some words for you, but so I have to improvise. Khaled came to us from Egypt. You move on to another university for your master program. No. You stay here? Or?
Well, I'm working.
You are working, okay. You do not proceed in a master yet, okay. I'm sure you will be successful because I'm very happy to announce that you are granted the judicium cum laude. And now you may applaud as well. Okay, thank you, and please move to room. From here on, I call forward the graduates in groups of different size, and starting with software science graduates. Yes, that is correct. Stefan. Stefan is the first one, yeah. Niels. Okay. Do you agree? Is this the correct order? First Stefan, then Thijs. We go from left to right. Then Niels. It's not alphabetical. No, you are correct. Well, never mind. Stefan. Stefan. You started in 2 programs, also in applied mathematics, but soon decided to continue in software science only. Your mathematical interest, though, is visible in your use package, Design Under Risk and Uncertainty, and in the elective package Security, which has some real hard mathematics in it, on cryptology. Next to that, you have several web science courses. You are a familiar face for teachers, since you also work at the ICT help desk, or you have worked there, for staff members, and I am one of those staff members that cannot work with a computer. So they come to my office a lot. You were also a student mentor. Thanks for that. And currently you are going strong in the Master's CSE. But I don't know what track.
Software science.
Software science. Okay. Thijs. Well, as is mentioned already, you're a busy boy. Besides being an active member at Gewis, like Stefan, you also have a side job at the ICT help desk. You were a student mentor and an enthusiastic member of the student PR team. And currently, we cooperate in organizing the mandatory study choice check for the next generation of our students. Obviously, I'm very glad you decided to take your master here at the TUE, a special master track, data science and engineering. We didn't hear that one yet. So, Thijs, I look forward to work with you. Your use package was on patents, design rights and standards, electives and the package cognition and social interaction, web science courses, and the package process analytics and systems. Niels, your use package was on technology entrepreneurship, a quite popular package in our student population. I hope many spin-offs and startups will come from these choices. Your electives were on the interactive intelligent systems and many web science electives. And if not for that one course, you would have studied nominally, a great achievement, since on top of your regular program, you participated in the honors program, Big Data. And you also acted as a student assistant. Thanks for that. You started here in the combined program Web Science and Software Science. Today you receive your software science certificate, but you proceed in the web science track of the master.
But I'm also getting my web science certificate, right?
I was not informed about it. I checked it, but it was not on my list. But maybe, otherwise we will make sure you will receive it. If you deserve it, huh? We'll check it first. We'll check it first. Okay. So the best of two worlds, software science and web science. And Paul will especially thank you for choosing the web science track in the master, as he is the initiator of this track. Okay, you checked?
Yes, it's okay.
It's okay. So you also have the web. Please applaud, because he will have the certificate for both web science and software science. Stefan, your use package was on decisions under risk and uncertainty. You have electives in the web science domain, in mathematics, in information systems. And on top of that, like Niels, the honors track on big data, which you completed with the qualification excellent. And on top of that, you also were a student assistant. Thank you for that. And just like Niels, you studied nearly nominal. Only one course remained after 3 years. You are currently enrolled for the Master Embedded Systems, but you spend most of your time not on studying embedded systems, well, practicing it in the SOLA team. I am sure you will have a substantial contribution to their success. So, the four of you, no goodbye for you yet. Okay, software science certificates. I'll start with Milan. Yes, that is correct. The UU's package was technology entrepreneurship. You have a non-characteristic elective program, Milan, since it contains a lot of mathematical courses, and for a good reason, because you want to proceed in a master program, industrial and applied mathematics, here at this university. And in order to be admitted, you needed to take many required mathematics courses. You managed that well, congratulations, because that is not easy. Then Chris from Greece, you turned out to be a very successful student. You easily found your way and were successful in passing exams. Your use package was human and technology. Electives in the field of interactive intelligent systems, design for games and play. Besides that, you helped us as a student assistant. You also took Dutch courses. So I might switch to Dutch and tell you, we zijn heel blij met jou. We wensen je alle goeds toe in de carrière die je nu gestart bent. Did you understand? Yeah. Okay. So he passed his Dutch courses as well. Okay, Emma, the only female today of the computer science graduates. So I'm glad you're here. We know each other very well. Your use package was on decisions on the risk and uncertainty, electives in the web science domain, on security. You like variation because you did not choose to proceed in one of these directions, but you chose to proceed in embedded systems. In the embedded software track. You like to be busy because you were not only active for GWISP, you were also a student assistant, a member of the departmental council, a member of the PR student team, and of course we frequently met when you were the education officer of GWISP. I explicitly want to thank you for your constructive contribution in the curriculum committee that recently designed a new bachelor program in computer science. You did a very good job in seeing to it that the concerns of the departmental council were addressed And that resulted in a strong new curriculum. Thank you. Okay. Marijn, Wesley, and Martijn. Yeah, okay. So, with a tie, well, Marijn, you are outstanding. Marijn, you started in another program, Applied Physics, but switched to Web Science. I hope you do not regret, in hindsight, that switch. Your use package was decisions under risk and uncertainty. Your electives relate very well to web science, cognition and social interaction, like Wesley, design for games and play, but also interactive intelligent systems. Currently, you are working as a freelance web designer, I was informed. Is that correct?
That is not correct at all. I built a rock climbing gym.
Okay. That's quite something different. Why didn't you take the entrepreneurship package?
I don't really need to.
No, okay. Great to hear that. Good luck, good luck. Wesley, we know each other also very well, and you were already mentioned by the Gewist chair. I want to thank you for your enthusiastic participation in the PR student team, for being a student assistant and a student mentor. I am, however, in doubt of your future as well, because what is your next step?
I'm doing a data science master and partially forensic sciences in Amsterdam.
Okay, so you managed to be admitted in that master?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Forensic master, forensic physics, forensic science master in Amsterdam, and here so you have two enrollments. Yeah. Okay, great. So not becoming a teacher, Wesley?
That's maybe for after.
That's a shame. It's a shame because you would be a very enthusiastic and competent teacher, and we need those teachers in the high schools here in the Netherlands. But you choose your choice, and whatever you choose, you will be successful. Martijn, you had electives in the intelligent interactive systems as well, some software science courses. Your use package was patents, design rights and standards, and that will come in handy since you are involved in a startup company, as I understand. Yeah. And you chose not to continue in the master. That not yet. Okay, that is correct. So good luck to the three of you for your career and or your master program. That almost concludes my presentation. I have one announcement to make. Your folder also contains a voucher that is a present from our department that can be exchanged in the students' shop in the Meta Forum building for the one and only hoodie. I don't know how many vouchers are in practice exchanged. I don't know how popular they are, but this is our present to you, and especially those who move to another university, use it. And I just heard when I came to this building, I met some of my current third-year students, and I'm very happy to announce that from the current third-year generation, 4 students have been accepted for a master program in Oxford. 4 of our students, whereas Oxford only takes 50 students from outside England. So you can imagine I am very, very proud, and I hope these ones will wear this hoodie in Oxford. Okay, thanks for your attention.
There will now be a short talk by Wesley Bruns, one of our graduates in web science, and it's called All Grown Up. So you must think that he's all grown up, I guess, but Not too grown up to do still a master.
Always never too old to learn, right? Hi, everybody. Looking back at the last 4.5 years it took me to get my precious diploma, I've realized how much I have grown from the insecure, not at all knowing what I want to do with my life, freshman, to the Bachelor of Science I am today, with my own set of skills, knowledge and opinions. I love how much the university has helped me grow in that matter. And not only myself, also all my new and old friends who went here have grown quite a deal. What I especially love about this is that everybody did this in their own way. Some of us started working at companies, others did an honors program, and others joined an association like me, during which we have grown up in our own ways. My story is a unique one. In my first year I hardly did anything else besides studying, on which my parents are very happy with that. And the only studying thing I did was visit a party, and not even at Gewis, my own association, but with a friend of mine at Protagoras from biomedical engineering. And seeing how much fun it was, I made a decision to also become an active student myself, to broaden my horizons. It was that summer that a friend of mine dropped my name at the communications office, because I would be someone who would be interested in taking on a job on the information days. From that on, my life was not about studying anymore, also to the proudness of my parents. I started knowing new people and making new friends, and these friends even gave me a reason to join the social drinks at Gewis. After that, not much later, I joined a committee, and another, and another, and another. During my third year, I told a very good friend of mine that I wanted to do something more than just committees. She offered me the suggestion that I might be interested in doing a board year. And as it was said, it was done. After a lot of meetings, me and 5 friends were ready to spend our whole year of our lives in a student association we all loved. It was a tough year with a lot of challenge, but it was worth it because I acquired new context, new skills, new knowledge. I went to places I would otherwise never have been to before, and I've gotten new friends. All of this got me where I am today. So everybody has a story like this, and I want to emphasize on one particular point of this story. A point which comes back in every element of my story and which is key, and that's our friends. Without the support, care and love of my friends and family, a lot of steps in my story would not have been taken. Without them, I would not be here where I am right now. And that is what I think is the most important in everyone's journey of growing up, that you always realize that you never do this alone. Even now that I have moved out of my parents' house, it's a nice thought that I can call so many people when I need help or when I need to talk to them. And the most called person is and probably always will be my mother, who has supported me with my father and brother the most throughout my years. So to them and all my friends, I want to say thank you. I could not have done this without you. And I think I speak of all of us when I say this. Thank you.
Now we move on to the bachelor degrees in industrial and applied mathematics. And they will be handed out by Hans Sterk, the vice opleidingsdirecteur, right, the vice program director for the Bachelor of Mathematics.
This part of the ceremony will be continued in Dutch, as the program Applied Mathematics, Technische Wiskunde, is still a Dutch program. So I'll switch to Dutch. Aan het eind van hun bachelorsopleiding schrijven studenten een soort bachelorscriptie. Ze doen een bachelor-eindproject. Daar leren ze eigenlijk hoe ze alle vakken die ze ooit verstout hebben bij elkaar kunnen brengen om een probleem uit de praktijk aan te pakken. Ze leren ook hun eigen smaak kennen op het gebied van wiskunde. En die projecten die zijn heel uiteenlopend. Die kunnen variëren van de wiskunde achter digitale beveiliging tot het rekenen aan vloeistofstromen in of boven de grond, zoals we zagen. En het kan ook zijn rekenen aan systemen waarin gewacht moet worden op het internet of bij de supermarkt. Een uiteenlopende collectie onderwerpen waar je je in kunt verdiepen in je bachelor-eindproject. Dan hebben we vandaag 2 kandidaten dus, die hun diploma gaan ontvangen voor wiskunde. Ja, op grond van deze kleine steekproef zou je kunnen denken, althans de argeloze toeschouwer zou kunnen denken, zitten er dan geen jongens in die opleiding? Is wiskunde een meisjesvak geworden? Nou, ik kan u geruststellen, er zijn ook nog best veel jongens in de opleiding. Maar toevallig zijn het vandaag, als het ware, de wiskundemeisjes die een diploma gaan krijgen. Genoemd met een knipoog naar een beroemd koppel van wie een van beiden inmiddels landelijk bekend is geworden. Nou, we gaan naar de eerste kandidaat en ik wil graag Jet vragen om hier naartoe te komen. Even kijken, nou we zien al een plaatje wat een beetje symboliseert. Een beetje symboliseert waar je bachelorscriptie over is gegaan. Je hebt gekeken naar een situatie met een kruispunt en een verkeersstroom waarbij een van de richtingen voorrang heeft boven de andere. Er zijn geen stoplichten. En je hebt eigenlijk eerst in de loop van je onderzoek gecontroleerd of bestaande resultaten inderdaad deugen. Als bijvoorbeeld weggebruikers besluiten omdat ze ongeduldig worden dat ze ook wel wat sneller kunnen invoegen. En je hebt daarna je verplaatst naar meer ingewikkelder en realistischer situaties en die zelf aangepakt. Dus dat is je bachelor-eindproject geweest. Daarmee heb je inderdaad eigenlijk geleerd wie je zelf bent, wiskundige, en waar je interesses feitelijk liggen. Je hebt een gezonde kritische blik ontwikkeld op de wiskunde en op je eigen manier van werken in de wiskunde. Dat heb je voor een groot deel aan het BEP ontleend, maar je hebt je ook breder en anders ontwikkeld met vakken uit een andere opleiding, Sustainable Innovation. Daar heb je ook het nodige aan gedaan. Economievakken, zelfs buiten de deur van de TU. Maar tellen wel mee. En je vindt jezelf inmiddels veel gestructureerder en minder chaotisch geworden. Dankzij de opleiding. Zullen we dat maar zeggen?
Geen gestructureerd en niet chaotisch.
Nou, en ten aanzien van de wiskunde, ik zei al dat je ook wel gezond kritisch keek. Je vindt ook dat de opleiding wiskunde nog best iets meer de link met de maatschappij mag opzoeken. Maar nou, daar werken we natuurlijk altijd aan. En het ene bachelorproject en het ene vak is wat meer maatschappelijk gericht dan het andere. Je bent ook heel actief geweest voor het studententeam van de studievoorlichting. Eigenlijk konden ze jou altijd bellen en je was er altijd. Je bent altijd beschikbaar. En dat gold eigenlijk hetzelfde voor je studentassistentschappen. Want je hebt ook bij diverse vakken geholpen. En met name als het woord statistiek viel, dan stond jij gewoon vooraan. Dus ik wil je van harte bedanken voor al je inspanningen voor de opleiding. En ook hartelijk feliciteren met je diploma. Van harte gefeliciteerd. Nou, dan Eva. Ze is al genoemd, bij Gewis ook. Oh, dan moet ik natuurlijk hierop drukken. Zo gaat het altijd bij mij, dat ik dat vergeet. Ja, Eva, je hebt bij Sam Borst gewerkt aan algoritmen die gebruikt worden om jobs, toewijzingen bij servers in datacentra optimaal in te stellen. En die datacentra, dat zijn een soort informatiefabrieken van deze tijd geworden, die helemaal volgestouwd zijn met servers die dan aangestuurd moeten worden door algoritmen. En natuurlijk is de bedoeling dat zaken zo efficiënt mogelijk gaan. En in dit geval gaat het, als je aan de praktijk denkt, om situaties waarin je bijvoorbeeld online reisboekingen doet, om maar eens wat te noemen. En je hebt daar met wachtrijmodellen en geavanceerde stochastische technieken bestaande algoritmen geanalyseerd. En je bent ook naar voren gekomen met ideeën hoe dit verder zou kunnen worden verbeterd. Dus je afstudeerbegeleider was ook heel tevreden over je werk. Nou, je bent in de opleiding eigenlijk voornamelijk gericht geweest op het wiskundig leren denken. Dat waardeer je ook in de opleiding. Een theoretische ondergrond die daar gelegd is. Maar je bent uiteindelijk toch in de hoek gekomen van wiskundig modelleren naar de praktijk toe. In de stochastische hoek, dus de hoek waar de onzekerheden zitten. Om het zo maar uit te drukken. En je hebt je in de wiskunde verdiept, maar je bent ook wel ergens anders gaan kijken. Bij mobility vakken die je hebt gevolgd. Dus je bent een brede persoonlijkheid inmiddels geworden op wiskundig terrein. En je bent ook heel actief geweest, ook jij, voor het studentenvoorlichtingsteam. En ook jij staat altijd klaar en hebt je op voorbeeldige wijze ingezet. En we zien elkaar ook regelmatig daar, want we doen samen het verdiepingsprogramma. Het verdiepingsprogramma is voor leerlingen die iets verder willen proeven tijdens een open dag aan een opleiding en echt de wiskunde even induiken. En dan doe ik meestal de aftrap, maar tegen de tijd dat die leerlingen aan het werk gaan, dan komt Eva en consorten en die zeggen dat ik beter dan weg kan gaan. Dat dat beter werkt als ik er niet bij ben. En zo zal het morgen en overmorgen waarschijnlijk ook weer gaan, hè? Nou, en ook jij, dank voor al dat werk en dank voor al het werk als studentassistent, want ook jij hebt je bij allerlei vakken ingezet. Heel veel succes, jij en ook Jet, in de wiskundemaster en van harte gefeliciteerd.
We now get, but Jet will also give a short talk as a graduate of the Bachelor Mathematics.
Does this work?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
It's fine, doesn't it?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for all the positive words. I really like that. And congratulations to you all. We're just very happy, I guess. It's nice to see that everyone brought their parents and their siblings and all their friends and anyone else who just wants some free drinks after and wants to pay some involvement. Most of you probably don't even understand what actually happened here the last 3 years, but that's not a point. I'm also on the flyer, very happy with that. I guess all of us, or maybe not all of us, but we are here at the half of the year. So we actually got our bachelor's not nominal, I think, and we have different reasons for that. I found out what these reasons are, I guess. Most of us have the reason that we found out that there's more than just studying. As you already heard, the Borrel is a very nice place to be and to think about studying, but actually not really doing it. Some of us got their bachelor's nominal, but it's kind of hard to subscribe for the examination, so maybe that went wrong. The final project is always also a thing, especially for mathematics students, to finish up, because it takes always a bit more time than you want it to. And there can also be just one course where you suck at, as Eva and me. With you it just looks like this too. Only 3 times, but this was only this year, so. Now we're done with that and we never have to see it again. And as a good student, I have to say I'm really happy that I followed this course and it's gonna help me in the rest of my life. I started studying in Tilburg. As you already told, I have some economics subjects. But Tilburg wasn't really my place. I had a lot of fun there, but I didn't really study there. And there was no gezelligheid with my study mates. I say gezelligheid because I think there's no good English translation for that. And because I missed this gezelligheid, there wasn't any motivation to really study. So until one day I gave a tour on the campus of Tilburg, In that time I got 25 euros for it, so in that time it was enough to pretend I liked my studies, so I did that. And there was one girl who told me, "Yeah, I'm going to the information days in Eindhoven tomorrow." And I said, "Okay, maybe I should go there too, since I don't like it here." So I did that, and I was there at 10 o'clock. And at 12 o'clock I was leaving the building, calling my mom and saying, "Mom, I think I'm switching studies and I'm going to Eindhoven." And she said, "Okay, it's good idea, good decision." So thank you, Mom, for saying that. I really liked it to be here. I think we'll see it here. Yeah. When you come here, it's just the buildings are nice. The green place. It's just I immediately felt something at home. It sounds cheesy, but I felt at home immediately. And also, everyone that's standing here on the information days really has a passion for what they're doing here, and that's really different from other universities. And I'm really glad to be part of that. So as you hear, my orientation wasn't that good, but now I'm helping others to help them with their orientation. So that's really great. They're so very much young, innocent students that come here and really don't know what they're going to do, but it's really great to be there. And tomorrow we'll be here, so if you have some younger brothers or sisters, let them come tomorrow to the information days, and I'll tell them what mathematics is and that they have to study it. So this university is a really great place. There are always courses, teachers, fellow students that you dislike, and but this study and this bachelor was really great, and that's a result of a really active study association. The facilities of the university are great. The passionate teachers are just it's just helping you really to get your motivation, and also your fellow students, like Wesley already told us. Yeah, it's just great to make friends here, especially the ones I see on Thursday at the Bohals, of course. They're the best. In 3 years, this university made me a mom, and made me a team member, made me a bartender, made me go to India with the study trip, which was amazing, and made me second in the beer pong tournament. This was, I think, the greatest achievement. But most importantly, I got the motivation to study, and I found out what I found out what I really like to do, and I found myself, and like Wesley already told, we grew up. So I'm really looking forward to the next approximately 2 years, I guess. So congratulations, everyone, and thanks for the attention.
Someone must now have difficulty seeing. The bubbles. So thank you for your speech, right? And we reward it with bubbles, right? Okay. Yes, I will. Now that we're all in a very festive mood, I have to return to something very serious. Because the scientific degree of bachelor involves duties as well as rights. And so it's not all about drinking and gezelligheid and a bit of studying. You have now reached the end of the bachelor, and you are holding this degree, and as a holder of this degree, you are committed to standards of scientific integrity, trustworthiness, intellectual honesty, openness, and independence. These standards are described in more detail in the Netherlands Code of Conduct for Scientific Practice and in the Eindhoven Code that is derived from it. You also have duties towards society. You must always be clear about the boundaries of your own expertise. You must communicate honestly and independently about the results of your work, including potential risks associated with it. You have to do that also when you're drunk. You are committed to the ethical codes for research and design involving human subjects or even with animals. Having said that, if you don't like what this degree now entails, you can hand it back to Roel or Hans, right, and we will forget we ever saw you. Now we get to the real festive part of this meeting, which will take place outside of this room. This room has 2 exits, and I would like to ask the public to leave through the exit on my left, your right, towards the reception. And we are going with the candidates towards my right and your left to have a picture taken on the steps in front of the auditorium. Anyone in the public who also wants to take such a picture should follow us instead of going straight to the reception. This meeting is now closed. Thank you for being here.